Good morning. This is Lisa Qualls, and we're going to talk a little bit today about Stephanie Powell Watts's Black Power. The significance of the story's title, Black Power, brings to mind the civil rights movement that emerged in the United States in the 1960s, in which Black Americans were trying to recreate racial pride, equality, and more empowerment for Black Americans. Stephanie Powell Watts's use of the title Black Power may want the reader to think of such struggles that Black Americans faced. This particular story of Black Power tells of the day-to-day struggles that Sheila and others around her face and the lives of uncertainty they have to live. The story is set in a small southern town in North Carolina. The story takes place in an office that assists customers in obtaining registry papers for their dogs. The exact time is not given, but it can be assumed it would be around the 1980-1990, before the use of cell phones. The statement in the story about black phones, glossy as beetles lined on the desk, makes one think it could have been a time before the ease of using mobile or cell phones. Plot of the story. This short story is about an African American woman named Sheila who works as a telephone operator with the National Kennel Club. She's not happy with her mundane job at the registry, answering the same old questions day after day. The National Kennel Club wasn't anybody's dream job. Sheila wishes for a better life, but is uncertain it will come. She also works under an ugly-natured manager named Angie, who treats her rudely and belittles her by calling her out in front of her coworkers for her imperfections. Sheila attends to her job duties but can't seem to receive any pleasantries from her manager. A body gets tired of trying after a while. There is one other African American woman, Wendy, that works at the registry for Sheila to talk to. Wendy wears thick makeup on her face and neck, turtlenecks or long sleeves, and long skirts to work every day. She isn't like the religious girls from home, but once all noticed the bruises on her arms and legs, there was no need at all to ask why about the dresses. Wendy played it off that nothing was wrong, but she went through great lengths to try and keep it a secret. Sheila also has a guy, Todd Kessler, that calls in one day and they have a long conversation about his life and how he's a drug dealer. They engage in conversation with each other and joke and laugh together. Sheila is puzzled by Todd, but intrigued and judging as well. Sheila knew that you couldn't be choosy about people, that you might find a friend in an unlikely place, that many things can separate people, that it was wrong to judge. Some of the main characters in this story is Sheila. She is the narrator. She's a young African American woman, works at the National Kennel Club, has dreams of going to school when her fiance finishes, but not sure if it will ever happen. She goes through many uncertainties in her work and in her private life, and she would have loved a friend to talk to. Angie is our tyrant of a phone manager. She was not beloved by others. She had a haughty nasal accent as she mocked the North Carolina employees, as she was from New York and they had moved the registry to this area in North Carolina. And she talked rudely to Sheila and Wendy and belittled them in front of the other coworkers. Wendy was the other African American woman at the registry. She was a member of Sheila's original training class. She wore thick makeup, long sleeve dresses or turtlenecks, and T-length skirts to work every day. Bruises were noted once to her arms and legs by other coworkers, and she wore the clothes in hopes of hiding her secret. Todd Kessler was the male caller that carries on a long phone conversation with Sheila. Sheila noted him as an unmotivated drug dealer. He was kind and interacted nicely with Sheila. He was liked by Sheila, but also judged by her. The protagonist in this story is Sheila. The story is told by her. She is a young girl in a depressing job that wishes for a better life, but is stuck in this place in life at the moment. She dreams that soon she would get everything she wanted, and she believes it mostly. The antagonist, I'm unsure about the antagonist of the story. I kind of think it could possibly be the environment, the situation, or current state of life that Sheila and the others are in. The things they are going through in their lives could be weighing them down and keeping them from conquering their dreams. Some of the themes or takeaways from the story. For me, a theme for Black Power is that of hope and perseverance. Even if you feel down and stuck in life, continue to dream of a better life until you reach it. Another theme could be empowerment and self worth. Don't just settle for how others treat you or what they think of you. Know that you are special, you are worthy, and rise above the negativity and strive for the power you deserve. Another theme would be is patience in the face of struggles. Change may not come in the time frame you want or in the specific way you had hoped, but keep trying your best and make it happen. The subtitles in Black Power are what stands out to me. Sheila narrates the story but does not outright tell her feelings on matters that affect her. She does not speak of her issues directly to the people that have brought issues for her. She does, however, make the readers aware of how she feels by writing out the thoughts about others or what she is going on within herself as she's thinking them. Some difficulties and confusions can be found in Stephanie Powell Watts' style of writing. Her storyline can be difficult to follow, and the meaning behind her stories can often be hard to determine. But the more times that I have read Black Power, the more I seem to get from it. Judgment, is the story worthy of study? Yes, I think it is worthy of study. It told of a story of an African American woman's life of living in adversity and uncertainty, but lightened the story in the funny ways that Sheila engaged with some of the obnoxious customers who called the registry. Sheila had some interesting thoughts about some of her coworkers, and she also had some jokes, some counseling services, and words of advice for Todd. Some of the conversation might have even leaned toward flirtatious. The structure of the story, this story really doesn't follow a specific structure, but I tried to put it in that kind of format. So the status quo exposition is Sheila is a young Black woman stuck in a job she dislikes, answering the same old questions day after day. She deals with prejudices from her superiors and drama from her coworkers. The inciting incident, Angie, the ugly natured manager, treats Sheila rudely and belittles her. The rising action, there's only one other Black woman at the registry that Sheila can talk to, and she just wants a friend that she can talk to. She just wants a connection. Conflicts, Wendy is being abused and has the bruises to prove it. Sheila and Wendy being talked down to every day at work. Then Sheila has to go home to her tiny apartment, the unmade fold out couch for a bed, and more layers of mess. The climax is the mail caller Todd. He calls in, continues a long conversation with Sheila, making her feel like she could possibly have found a friend that she had longed for, and one that made her feel confused but happy, even if just for a little while. The resolution, Sheila sees that she is stuck in her current undesirable job, but has realized that she could go somewhere else if she chose to, but it just isn't the right time now. The new status quo is Sheila is more self aware, which gives her more power over her situation and place in life. And in closing, I hope that everyone has enjoyed my interpretation of Stephanie Powell Watts's Black Power. I've enjoyed bringing this story to you and hope that I've inspired some of you to read this story for yourself as well. And from the words and inspiration of Professor Ardell McCarver, stay safe.